Hi, I'm Allison. Thousands of camp followers followed each army. But how did each army treat these followers? The biggest difference was that the British already had policies for camp followers. Neither Washington nor Congress had any clear policies on followers. For example, the British had guidelines for women serving as nurses. The Continental Army often made things up about followers as they went. This makes sense. The British Army had been around for centuries. It had the time to figure out these details. On the other hand, the Continental Army was a new organization. However, there was one distinct similarity between both armies. Just like the soldiers and officers serving in each army, camp followers were also subject to military discipline and regulation. Sometimes, the women did disobey the orders they were given, or they got in trouble. They would plunder or ride on the army's baggage wagons, even though they were told not to. Or they'd buy a shirt from a soldier without permission. If that happened, a woman could be drummed out of camp, meaning she was no longer allowed to follow the army. What sorts of orders did the women have to follow? For one thing, the women were often told to stay with the army's baggage and not to engage in direct combat. It would be important for them to follow this order for their own safety. But that doesn't mean the women were always safe, or that they always chose to stay with the baggage. In order to explore this idea, let's look at the story of Margaret Corbin. Margaret Corbin was at the Battle of Fort Washington. This was the last major battle before the Continental Army retreated to Bucks County, Pennsylvania, and Washington crossed the Delaware, our main focus here at the park. When her husband was killed manning a cannon, Margaret bravely took his place and was seriously wounded. The soldiers who saw her do this nicknamed her Captain Molly. Margaret is also one of the two main inspirations for the legend we know today as Molly Pitcher. Margaret may not have chosen to fight before her husband was killed, but she certainly earned her place in history. Thanks for watching. Keep watching this program to learn more about the jobs and lives of followers.